Okay, guys, so what I am making, I'm gonna make a hat mold. So, if y'all notice, like, all of my hats normally be like the fedora style, okay? Everything normally be the fedora style. So, I need something to put this on. Hold on. Let me put it on here. So normally all my hats be the fedora style, right? So what I'm doing, I took cardboard. I gave it the height that I need. So the size that you want your hat to be like. And this going to be a block, so it's bigger. So I want the height to be up like that. So I haven't perfected yet how to do a flat top and have it just on point. So I put the Gorilla Glue around there. I did the rounded top, and we're going to set this baby down. Set it down. And I cut the sides and put the sides. I should put on gloves because this glue be, yeah, and I'm touching it. It'll be hard to get off this Gorilla Glue. So I'm building a hat base, and y'all know when I do my hats right, the hats be wet, okay? So I'm building a base out of cardboard, then I'm going to duct tape this, okay? So let's go ahead and come in the handy dandy hot glue. Hot glue, say today. Hot diggity damn. Because that hot glue, you put it on there right away, it go to closing it down. So when you're making a hat block, don't make it your exact size, okay? Because you need it to be bigger because the sweatband and all that stuff. You just do, if you're making your own hat block and you just do it your size, the hat going to be too tight. Need some more glue. Your hat will be too tight. You don't want the hat to be too tight. So, went to the ear, nose, and throat. And he looked at everything, and I have all year round allergies, okay? So, all year round allergies. They give me Flonase, and another one of my allergies is it makes me cough, like the pollen and stuff in the summer get in my throat, and it has me coughing all the time. So I use an inhaler, and I use Flonase. So with the ear, nose, and throat. So what we've been trying to figure out, like, I keep getting like sore throat, scrap throat, or tonsil stones. And I never had that before, okay? I never had that before until I wound up getting diagnosed with sepsis, where the dentist didn't give me antibiotics when they did a procedure. And I walked around for 5 months with sepsis and didn't even know I had it. Until late night, I was going into toxic shock. And I dialed 911 and went to the hospital. And they had just gave me some antibiotic and something for potassium. They didn't know, but they had read the charts, and they came. They sent the police, the ambulance, and everybody banging on the door. Because they said they thought I was in here deceased. I'm like, what? They said, ma'am, you have sepsis. It done made it into your blood and it's trying to make it to your heart. We thought you was deceased. I'm like, what? So I was telling the ear, nose, and throat doctor, ever since I got sepsis, that's when I noticed that the tonsil stone things. Because if you got tonsil stones, you can look in the back of your throat. Like, you ever get a sore throat? Look in the back of your throat at your tonsils, and you'll see these white things on your tonsils. Those are tonsil stones. So he was like, antibiotics don't kill tonsil stones. All you got to do is just keep gargling warm salt and water, So I got like this peroxide and something mouthwash that I use, and I gargle a lot with that. And I'm like, but I'm using all that stuff, and I'm still getting these tonsil stones. He said, yep. So with that, and then he asked me, he wanted to put me on Flonase. And I was like, well, to be honest, I'm already on Flonase. He said, how long you been taking it? I said, I've been taking Flonase for a long time. Very, very, very long time. And he said, So he said, what's happening? Like when y'all hear my voice be raspy and stuff like that. He said, so your allergies, your allergies kick in. You get drainage in the back of your throat. So with your tonsils acts as a protector, so it catches anything, any bacteria, any whatever. So due to your allergies, the drainage drain down into your throat. It sits there, and then it turns into a little infection. And he said then, that's what happens. And I'm like, So he said, so the next thing would be to do is to take them out. And he said, and I'm not even going to lie to you. So I'm going to be honest with you. He said, at your age, to have your tonsils removed, he said it's going to be very painful. He said, very painful. And you're going to be down for like 14 days. He said, but you'll never have to worry about those tonsil stones. So me, I'm a hygienic type person. And tonsil stones are known, which I've never smelt it or had complaints, you know. But they say tonsil stone make your breath stink. And just think, if I keep catching tonsil stones, you think I want to be running around here worrying about, oh my God, my breath? No. So I told him that I will go ahead and schedule the surgery. I'll get them out because it's happening. I don't know if the people that remember, I just went to the doctor, right? And they gave me antibiotics because I had strep throat and I had tonsil stones, okay? So I've been on antibiotics for 10 days. And I just now go to the ear, nose, and throat, the specialist. And when he just looked in my mouth, he said, oh, you got tonsil stones again. And I was like, again? He said, it's starting to grow back. I'm like, wow. So I'm using the special mouthwash. I'm using that. I'm doing all the hygienic stuff. And he just said, simply based off your all year round allergies, you're going to keep getting them. There's no way around. The only thing to stop it is to remove it. So I'm going to set up surgery for June because I got some stuff to do. And I don't want to do it like now and be down. So then my sister can go with me because he said you're going to need somebody. You know, when you first have surgery, they put you to sleep, that little outpatient. So you're going to need somebody to stay over with you and take you. So I'm going to get them out in June. Yeah. I'm going to get them out in June. So they got to send in all the paperwork to the insurance company explaining why. Because, you know, first the insurance company, their goal is give her this, give her that, you know. They're not to pay for the surgery. But he said with me having it consistently and we can show that to the insurance company then. And I've been on Flonase. I've been on Flonase forever. So that's what he was going to do today. He was going to prescribe me Flonase. And I said, I've been on Flonase. I got severe allergies all year round. I'm on Flonase and an inhaler for the coughs, for the pollen. And I said, but yeah, my Flonase, they be giving me, you know, I get like 3 of them a month. And they always refill it because I don't have just that. You know, some people have the seasonal allergies. My allergies is all year round. So that's what's going to have to happen. Yeah, that's what's going to have to happen. So what I'm doing, when y'all see me making my hats, right? Majority of all my hats have the fedora style. So I really like them flat top hats where the top of the hat is flat. So I'm not good at making the best flat shape. So I'm making one. And I've been looking for like the sellers that sell them. And they prices be ridiculous. So I like to do MacGyver stuff first and see. And the reason why I'm putting the duct tape on here, because y'all know like a lot of my hats be wet. So when I take the block hat and put it over here, I need this top part. That's the part that I need, the flatness. And then I need the height. So that's why. So yeah, I'm making me a hat block. I'm making a hat block. Making a hat block. Trying to go across the top because I don't know how much tape I got left. I got to order some more. It's my last roll. So other than that, guys, I hope y'all having an awesome day. I am having an awesome day. And yeah, because I worry about the tonsil thing in June. Go ahead and get them took out. If I get done with a lot of stuff that I got to work on. But this is what I'm going for. I need this to be flat. I need it to be real flat. It's freezing outside. So it's raining, but it is like somebody took cold water with ice and start pouring it on you. That's how my hands are still. I've been in the house now about 40 minutes and already my hands are still freezing. I'm like, oh, you know, it's still freezing. Still freezing. So that's what I'm working on. I'm making me a hat block. Because I like to do the rounded hats. But I don't have a mold. And I did one before. And it was okay. I need it to be flat, flat, flat. Yeah. So, that's how my doctor visit went. I'm going to finish creating my hat block. And when I get it all done and when I get ready to use it, I'll let y'all see. Okay? That's what I'm making. Making a hat block. So when y'all see me wet the hats, and I be wetting the hats, and when I be wetting the hats and putting them on them blocks, those blocks, I do like this with the duct tape. And then I do have the molds where I put the hat on. So I'm that's what I'm doing. So I gotta perfect it. And then after I put all this tape on just to get it flush, I go heat this up with the blow dryer so I can get it to lay nice and flat as I want it to. So that's what I'm making. That's what I'm making. So, okay, talk to you later. Toodles. Okay, so I am starting to add some interfacing to it. So when I'm making this block, if y'all see, it's bigger than my actual head. You don't want to make it tight to your head because when you put it on and you got to put the sweatband and everything, so it is much bigger. So now what I'm doing, just want to make it more durable because I'll be putting my hats on here wet. So I'm taking interfacing and I'm using interfacing to make it more durable. So when I make a flat top hat, this is the block that I will use. So I have wrinkles on top of the hat from the tape. So I need the top to be smooth. I don't want no wrinkles. Okay. All right. So now that I got that, I am about to cut off the excess. Because I need this top of this hat to be really smooth. And y'all know I take my hats wet and I mold them. So if you want to get into hat making, and when you see the price of the blocks, you be like, oh my God. But if you got some family members that do wood carving, they can make you the blocks. So if you got a family member that does wood carvings, they can make you these blocks. I leave a little extra because I'm going to curve it around. But I need this top to be as flush and as smooth as possible. So when I'm doing my hats, and I got a package that's coming today also with my, I think it's coming today. It said it was in St. Paul. I have to look. I think so. St. Paul not that far from me. So that's all I'm doing is securing some fusible interface into the top of the duct tape because my top was not smooth due to the duct tape. It was kind of wonky. And then with me using a board, I can put steam in the duct tape. So that's the point of me using a board. You can't take one of them plastic hat things, right, and do that, because what'll wind up happening is if you use that, the plastic is going to melt. Now, if I use my turntable, this would have been perfect, right? But it's in the other room. And when you do your hat and you do the break, right, I'm going to have to wind up getting more duct tape because I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in 1 second. Give me 1 second. This iron is heavy too. So you want the bottom of the hat mold to be really firm, okay? So when you do the break in the hat or whatever, so you could stuff it with something, because you notice I got a hollow. It's a hollow hole. Because what I mostly need the most in a flat top hat is the top of this hat. It's cardboard. I need it to be flat. So when I'm shaping my hat, I want the top of my hat to be flat like that. And then I can bring it down. So I start off with a 4-inch crown, and then I bring it down. And these is for hats that I'm making myself, okay? So I probably would make it, well, I don't got no more duct tape, so I can't. I was going to tell you I'll make a shorter one, so when I'm doing a shorter hat, but I don't have any more duct tape. So I got to wait on that. Okay. I'm going to try it on for y'all so y'all can see how bigger it is than my head. You don't make it your exact size, because then your head will be too tight. Because you remember, you got to put the band on. You got to shape it. You got to mold it. You don't want it to be that iron's heavy. Okay, so y'all see how it got room. So when I make the flat tops, And then when I press it and iron it, I make it smaller. So this is how my hat block is coming along. So when I get a felt hat, I'm going to take it and I'm going to bend it and I'm going to flex it over the top of here. Okay? Okay. All right. Talk to y'all later. Toodles. Okay, I would take this as a complete project. So when you're making your hat blocks, you always make them bigger than your actual hair. You don't take a hat block and do it skin tight and do it like that, because you have to put a sweatband and different things like that. And then as you steaming and shaping the hat, putting the sweatband, it's going to get smaller. So you always make your blocks bigger. I learned that when I was ordering the block. The guy was like, you go bigger because the sweatband going to be on there. Also the other band that goes around. So that's going to wind up making the hat smaller. So you always start out with my custom hats with a swap with a taller crown. So I'm going to give y'all the measurements on this block. So this block will be 4-inch crown. 4-inch crown. So like when you look at a lot of my hats, give y'all this one for example. I like a tall crown. So if you can see, that's a 4-inch crown, okay? That's my 4-inch crown. And the circumference going across. And then remember, when I shrink this, when I start pressing it to shape it to bring it down to my size, this is not going to be that wide. So the top going across is 8 inches. 8 inches going all the way around. But when I start to press the iron and start molding, when y'all see me doing this shape and molding, this is going to get smaller. Okay, so that's why you always make it bigger. And then going all the way around the circumference, this one is a 23. So I made it a 23 because I want that wiggle room. I don't want it too tight. Like, let me show y'all. This hat right here, this particular hat right here, I wind up making it tight. So it's kind of tight. You see that? This one is tight for me because I wasn't giving myself wiggle room. So it's on, but it's kind of like if it's squeezing. So that's why I wanted to reshape it and make it bigger, because I don't want it to be so tight. I want it to probably relax more. Like, I like my hats to kind of sit on my head in a relaxed type deal than to be tight. I don't like to take it off and you get that trim where it's really, really tight. So this one is one of these shapes, but it's a little tighter. I made it tighter not knowing, because remember when you put the sweatband and all that stuff on, everything is going to get smaller. So I learned that when the guy was custom making my block. So here it is. Those are the measurements. And when I make a square shape hat, I'll let y'all see, because I need the top to be flat like this. I don't want it like this. All right, guys. Talk to you later. And here is the outfit of the day that I had on. This is what I wore to the doctor's office. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to make a hat block, get some cardboard, interface, and a duct tape. Toodles.